Well, here I am in my new vehicle. I've got rid of my Daihatsu Sirion and I've replaced it with a rusty Maestro van. As you can hear, it's got the 1.3 petrol engine, not the old Perkins Prima diesel, which is exceedingly loud. Let's see how well she goes. As you can see, she picks up speed well enough, but it's hardly the last word in refinement. Fifth gear is a bit of a pain to find, I must admit. It's very close to third. But there we go, we're barreling along. It's comfortable enough. It's a bit bouncy because you got leaf spring rear suspension. But having done a couple of 100 miles in this car now, I have to say that it's remarkably pleasant actually. I've owned a Maestro before and that was a 1.3 as well, and to be honest I just found it a bit dreary, competent but dull. For some reason I'm liking this commercial version much more. It's incredible to think the engine in this van dates back to the 1950s. It's the old Austin A series engine. It proves that actually even as late as the 1980s it was still a good engine. Lots of low down torque. It is quite noisy though. Not helping the fact I've got an air leak here because the door doesn't seem to fit very well. And despite being ply lined, all the sound booms in the back. Everything gets exaggerated. One thing you may have noticed is that these are very sporty seats for a van. They're out of a Rover 200 GTI and to be honest they're a bit on the firm side. I'm not that keen on them. Other sporty additions include this 3-spoke steering wheel, and I've got the binnacle out of an MG, so I've got a rev counter and lots of red finish. It's not quite how it was when it left the factory. That's cool because that means I can do what I like with it. There's no sense trying to preserve the originality because there isn't any. I'm really liking this a lot more than I thought I would. With tax until October and MOT until April next year, I've got nothing to worry about for ages, hopefully. Oh, look at that lovely turn in. Shows you that while the Maestro was a somewhat ungainly car, the engineers did make sure it actually drove fairly well. Build quality was always a bit questionable, but then that's true of a lot of manufacturers in the 80s, to be honest. It's not just an Austin Rover thing, just they get picked on because it's fun to take the mickey out of the British, even if you're British. I've never quite understood that. We always champion our own disasters. So there you go, that's an introduction to my Maestro van. Stay tuned and next time I'll tell you a bit more about it. Oh well.